if you're in the market for a freeride board, then these days you're spoilt for choice. But this year you should definitely take a look at this one. It's the Yes Pick Your Line, or PYL. This is the model that Yes founder DCP rides. He's a hard charging Canadian, so as you can expect, this thing is lacking in any kind of compromise. It's fully directional, and it's got, profile wise, a setback camber. So the benefits of a traditional camber board: more edge control, more pop, but set back towards the tail, so it's more suited towards going through deep snow where you need to keep your nose up. Coupled with that, it's got an extended rocker through the nose, which helps it to float and really irons out any kind of lumps and bumps. But the most interesting thing about this is definitely the side cut. Now, the Pick Your Line is a tapered board. Again, adding to those freeride credentials, is wider in the nose than it is at the tail, and that's going to help the tail to sink. The problem with most tapered boards is that you lose power out of the turn through the tail. So what they've done to counteract that is they've essentially brought 3 different side cuts into one board. So going down from the top, it starts at an 8-meter radius. Into the waist, it's a 7-meter radius. And then again, it steps down into the tail into a 6-meter radius. They call that a tapered underbite profile, and potentially that could change the game. So how does this feel to ride? Well, it is quite a bit longer than the board that I normally ride, and with it being very much directional, as expected, it charges hard. That impression was definitely added to by the fact that the rep handed me this block of pink wax that was basically pure fluoro. I rubbed it on the base, and it was like this thing had been injected with some nitrous oxide. Seriously rapid. In fact, the overall experience was probably like driving one of those crazy powerboats with the long nose and the massive outboard engines. I was just charging along at about 300 miles an hour, surfing over all the slush and the crud. Obviously, it's spring here in Countertowel. It's quite heavy snow off the piste, very grippy, a lot of slush everywhere else. So I didn't get a chance to try this thing in the blower power that it's presumably really aimed at. That said, it's obvious it's going to work well there. With that speed, you're looking at big lines. You're looking at places like Chamonix, Whistler. This thing's £500 in the UK. All of that points to a pretty serious freerider. If that sounds like you're interested in some genuinely new technology, then yeah, take a look at this. It's the Yes Pick Your Line.